you told me the day of my accident I was going to be paralyzed, I would have told you were crazy. I've been paralyzed going on 6 years. It was a car accident back in 2010, right before I was going into the National Guard. Before I knew it, I was waking up 5 days later in a coma, or out of a coma. I asked my wife to untie me. I told her I wanted to sit up, and she started crying. She said she would love to untie me, but she couldn't because I wasn't tied down. I was paralyzed, and that's when the extent of my injuries really hit home, and it was devastating. I couldn't push myself, I couldn't feed myself, I couldn't brush my own teeth, I was 100% reliant on my wife. She said she wasn't going to leave me because I was different. She loved me. And that's when I realized I needed to do something for us. I really needed to build myself up and to start to really think positive for the future and stop thinking negative. And I really started to push myself from that moment on. I realized that if she was going to try that hard for me, then I had to try just as much, if not harder, for her, for us, for my son, for her. So I just started pushing myself, started lifting weights like crazy, and before I knew it, I was able to feed myself, I was able to brush my teeth, I was able to calf myself. The more the doctors told me I wasn't able to do something, and the more I was able to do it, I started taking everything they said with a grain of salt and started to do more and more and more. Back before my accident, I would go fishing with all my friends, and they used to call me Fish because we'd go fishing and I would be the one who ended up in the water because I was just so attracted to the water. And after my accident, it seemed non-existent for me to end up to go swimming again because of the extent of my injuries. My friend tagged me in one of the posts on Bellyak's Facebook page, and the moment I saw it, I knew I could use it. So I just reached out to Bellyak on their Facebook page, and I got an email from Adam, and he was just intrigued by the go-getter attitude I had. We met up, and he gave my first Bellyak, and I stayed in contact with Adam, and we just kept sharing ideas, and we kept trying to come up with new ways of how to integrate this with adaptive sports, and that's where we are today. We met basically just through Facebook, and from then on we've just been building our relationship. The thing about the Bellyak is it's so stable that when I'm in it, I feel secure and safe. So it's just like me going swimming, but I have that support underneath my chest to help keep me up, keep me afloat and buoyant. I haven't been swimming in years, and the Bellyak gives me the freedom of swimming with some support. When I'm in the Bellyak, I'm having such a good time, I don't even realize I'm working out. The freedom I get when I'm in the Bellyak is just absolutely, it's awesome. It's a great feeling to know that I went from being told going swimming was so impossible for people in my situation, that with just the use of this one device, I could feel so much safer. The simplicity of the Bellyak is so simple, it's genius, because nowadays when someone talks about adaptive sports, it's extremely expensive. You're talking $5,000 for a hand cycle or $3,000 for a sport chair, and they require a lot of maintenance. freedom I get from it is not just for me. I mean, so many other people could experience the same thing I do. Everyone is created equal, and that's something that's non-existent when it comes to the adaptive sports world. Me and my son could get out there and just paddle around and have a good time. You know, I can go out, I think, with my family, I can go out there with my wife, my son, we can go paddle around together using the same thing. Anybody can use it. No matter what your limitations are, anybody can use it. We are our own worst enemy. If we tell ourselves we're not going to do something, we're probably not going to do it. It's about being free and being able to do something everyone can do together. I may not have 100%, but I use 100% of what I have. The only obstacle we truly face is ourselves, so we have to motivate ourselves to defeat what we feel is impossible. I definitely see myself getting out on a river, but it's going to take a little bit more pool time, definitely.